Why peace? The world will tell you this is what the world needs, this is what the world needs, this is what the world needs. But 7 billion people on the face of this earth are crying out for one thing and one thing alone, and that is peace. And peace is not the absence of war. I travel not because I like to travel. I travel so I can say this. What you're looking for is inside of you, and you should be in peace.
Prem Rawat has been traveling for 40 years, inspiring people around the world to find peace within.
Buenos dias, shalom, buongiorno, guten tag, bonsoir Montreal. I go and I talk to people, and I present them with the possibility of themselves discover the peace that lies within you. You know, obviously there's a lot of different kind of people in this world. But if one was to just simplify the categories, that would be that there are some people in this world who don't know and don't want to know. And then there are others who don't know and want to know. Which category you fit in, I don't know. But I certainly hope, for the sake of existence, that you are the one who, even if knows, wants to know more. Not the other one who doesn't know and doesn't want to know. Because this message is about the shortest, most complete sentence in the English language. And you know what that is? I am. That is the shortest and it's complete. I am. You are. And what does it mean to be here? To be alive, to exist? Nobody can come up with a magic answer to this question, because there isn't one. Nobody can come up and say, well, this is what it means to be alive. Because when you look at who we are elementally, the most oxygen, second, carbon, third, hydrogen, fourth, nitrogen, and then a whole bunch of other ones, but they're too small. They're almost getting down to trace. %70 water. I mean, basically, the biggest part of it is just gas. Just gas. So when you look at this and you go, well, wait a minute, how can gas think? But we can think. How can gas love? How can gas adore? How can gas want fulfillment? How? And so you are not just one layer of something. You are three-dimensional. There's many, 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 many layers to you. You live in this world, and most of us who live in this world live in societies. We have a love and hate relationship with societies. We need them. We need society, but we don't really like society. But there isn't one single thing that you can put your finger on and say, this is who I am. Because it isn't about the composition. It isn't about ideas. It isn't about a bunch of theories. But it is actually about a very profound reality that you are here. Where are you? Where are you? You are on this most magnificent little planet called Earth. Which is so incredibly unique that is unbelievable. People look at the pictures of Mars and they get excited. Wow! And I look at the pictures of Mars and I go, if you gave me money to buy real estate on Mars, I am not interested. You see what happens? Where the interest should be in enjoying, in understanding, in adoring the magnificence of this earth that we are on, the focus is, oh, look at that, the moon. But you're not on the moon, you're here. Oh, we need to discover other planets because we may not be here one day. Is that why everybody is hell-bent on destroying this little place? Because it may not be here one day? Would you do that to your car? Would you do that to your house? Well, one day it's not going to be here, so I'm destroying it now. So my prophecy can come true that it's not going to be here. Because the emphasis is lost on what is. The question you should ask is, what can I do today to be in peace now? Do you concur that that's a pretty good question? Instead of all the frivolous questions that people go around asking. And here's the most beautiful part of it all. The answer, the one that you are looking for, is inside of you. That I am is starting to sound very nice. I am. I am. I'm not a sum of knots. I'm not a sum of somebody's imagination. I'm not a sum of somebody's ideas. I'm not a sum of theories, but I am. And there is a lot more to me than I realize, because that is the most real, is residing within me in this moment. And when I can put away my rationales, you see, here's one thing that's very interesting. To love someone, truly love someone, conditions have to go. They just can't be. They don't exist. I have a grandson, and he is something else. He truly is something else. His mother calls him Shiva, as he goes around the house destroying everything in sight. He's incredibly passionate about washing machines. He will stand there and look down into a washing machine for hours. And so clothes have to be washed that have just been washed. He's always happy. Most of the time. Sometimes he gets very mad and he scolds people. He's built like a tank, so there's no problem for him to destroy anything. And the other day I was thinking, because I came up and he was there and something wasn't right and he wanted me to go right back down. And he's like, no, don't go away. And I said, sorry, I have to keep on going here. And then I started thinking about it. And I realized that when you love, there are no reasonings. There are no conditions. Why did you do that? Oh, you're like this. Oh, sometimes his nose is running and he's just as cute. He doesn't do his hair. Sometimes he takes a nap, his hair is sticking out or what. He's just as cute. Sometimes he's just running around in his diaper. He's just as cute. It's not like, oh my God, you don't have any manners. How could you? How could you be out in front of everyone with just your diaper? I would never be caught dead. No, it's not like that. Love is like that. But when it comes to loving that self, how many conditions do you have? Well, one is, what is the self? You see, it's absolutely amazing. How can you fall in love with the self when you don't even know what the self is? No idea. Or Yeah, well, I have over the years gotten to know myself, and sometimes I get mad, and most of the time I'm okay. And you think that's the self? You think that's the self? What is the self? Interesting question, huh? What is the self? You've heard, oh, you should know yourself. Know thyself. What is the self? Can you just imagine? Just imagine how rich your life would be if these simple, trivial things were felt and acknowledged by you. But most importantly, felt by you. There is no age restriction to this. Love, you can feel regardless of age. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that? Love, you can feel regardless of age. Kindness, you can feel regardless of age. And so, truth, you can feel regardless of age. This is the dance of the self. When the self is invited on the stage, the self dances, and it is the most elegant dance you have ever seen. Because it is of understanding, it is of clarity, it is of gratitude, it is the deepest wisdom, it is the ultimate collaboration of this and the divine that makes up the self. There's your answer of what the self is. Not 60% water, not oxygen and carbon. You know where oxygen is going, right? It's gas. It's going back to being gas. It is. The carbon, well, it's going to become carbon. Will it reassemble? Of course. Are you recycled? Absolutely. And will you be recycled again? Of course. And that does not compromise or comprise the self. It is this collaboration between the divine that makes up the self. And that's why it's really, 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 really important to know that self, because you can. Not as some floating oxygen. No. Hydrogen, no. Nitrogen, no. But so far, this collaboration is happening. Amazing possibilities exist. That's why you're alive. That's why you have this gift of breath coming into you and pulsing, bringing forth every day, every moment, every day, every moment. The most gracious thing making it possible, the existence. This is how it all began. You don't believe me? That's how it began, my friends. That's how it began. You can go to any hospital and find out that's how it happens. How does it begin? It begins with the first breath in. In, not out. There's nothing to go out. It comes in. And the last one is out and not in. That's the power of this breath. It's simple and it is divine at the same time. Peace begins. That's all I know. I don't know how to cure the societies. Believe me, I didn't start the mess and I don't know how to cure them. But I know one thing. This I know for sure. I'm not guessing on this one. I know one thing. That peace dances in the heart of every human being. And if we want peace, it has to begin with us, not with somebody else. If you're waiting for some angel to arrive out of the heavens, then I have news for you. The angel is here. And you know who the angel is? You. You are most qualified to save yourself. I mean, the way I figure, even the Savior had to come down, he'll have to go, oh yeah, so what's wrong with you? You already know that. No interview would be necessary. Get on with the business of finding the peace in your heart. Get on with the business of being a human being. Get on with the business of enjoying the self. Get on with your life. Get on with your